Hello, Jeff. It's Ian Bagg, live from Canada. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, Lord Bagg. You still kept your Lord handle up there. Now we're officially an international podcast. We can put the old check
Yeah,
mark beside that.
yeah.
So
I kept the Lord, but let's be honest, I'm in Canada, so it's called a douche immediately, douchebag.
good,
They
good.
took me
So
down. It was a
take
good
you
week
down.
here in New Westminster. Oh yeah, it was a good one. Our friend Wade Flaherty came out on Friday night.
Oh,
Seen his
Flats,
show.
right on. Good.
Yes, yeah. He gave me some secrets. Let me know that you check with him every so often and have some
There
knowledge.
we
That's
go.
what he
There's a
said.
goalie for Flats. If you're watching on, that's not Flats, but it's well, yeah. So I check in on him every once. We try to get him down here, do some work, but with the uh, with the COVID, we might have to push him back a year. But so we'll get him working with some kids down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then on Saturday night, another goalie coach came out. We had Bill Ranford, Conn Smythe winner, come out to the show on Saturday night. So he stuck
Yeah,
around for two. I made Bill laugh hard enough. He watched two shows. So check it
yeah.
out.
It's been a long time. I haven't seen him in a long time. Is he
Yeah,
still coaching? Was he with Edmonton or
yeah.
where is he?
No, he's with Los Angeles Kings, and he
Oh, he's
said
with
he'd
Kings.
like to do
Yeah,
our Yeah, he'd like to do our podcast, so we're going to have him on there. Bill Ranford, we're going to have him on there, and he's got stories about you because he said he played against you. He was in New Westminster,
that's
and
right.
he played against you, and while you were in Kelowna. So,
That's right. And I
and also on, oh sorry,
no, and go ahead.
and also another WHL alumni showed up on Saturday night. A young Tony Hildebrand showed up.
Holy cow!
Are you
Wow.
frozen? Are you shocked?
I know. I was like,
You're frozen
I
and
wasn't
shocked and surprised.
expecting
Yeah,
to
so
hear
Tony
Tony.
showed up.
I didn't expect to hear Tony thrown out there today, but well, that's good. Tony, how's he doing?
Did he? Did he? He's doing great. He lives in Kamloops. He's runs a construction company up there. Looks exactly the same with a little bit less hair. He's a great guy. He's just a great guy. That Tony Hildebrand. He lived behind you guys on Lowen, right? Was he on Lowen when you
Yeah,
guys were
I
kids?
think he was a couple streets over. But yeah, I think that sounds correct. You are correct, I believe. Lowen Avenue, same street as Berger lived on. So
Yeah. Yes, yes, and it's funny because somebody referred to you and Wade as the Walsh boys. Those
oh
Walsh
wow,
boys.
that kind of
Some
sounds kind of scary, a
Bobby
little
Basant.
intimidating.
Bobby
Yeah.
Bas. Yeah, that sounds like that's him. It was Bobby Basante. Do you remember Bobby Basante? He used
Yeah.
to help you out with your hockey school up in Terrace.
Yes, I do.
He
And
came out Thursday night, and he works for the RCMP. That's what he does.
awesome. Yep, I remember Bobby. And
Are you there?
I'm still here.
Yeah. Okay.
We're struggling. Well, we all struggle with our audio and video, but yeah, you took me down memory lane there. I was gonna say, going back to Bill Ranford, I think he used to have Mr. Mike's, or was part owner there for a few years, and he was part of the one of the owners in the Terrace, Mr. Mike's at one point. So
Are
I
you
don't know.
serious? I have to ask him
Well,
about that. I
I'll
have
ask
to ask him
him.
about that. Yeah,
So
when we have him on, we have good internet. I'm watching the internet struggle here right now. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near 20 minutes today with this internet. I think we might end up getting getting five out. Is there anything you want to say about what's going on in the league right now before we get to going too far and lose our internet?
no, I don't think so. Pretty quiet, all in all.
And
Obviously,
and we lost it.
did we lose it? We are just waiting to see what's going to happen with Jack Eichel. I expect that to pick up as we get through the end of August into early September. There's a couple other free agents out there that haven't been signed yet. Some venture D, some guys with some experience that'll be looking to find a home here, I'm sure, in the next few weeks. One of them being Zdeno Chara. So other than that, it's pretty quiet on the hockey front. I think most of the players are probably getting back on the ice at this point if they've been off and getting ready to go because camp opens. I think a month today it opens actually. So
They were talking about I think kids are starting to come back to training camp now. So yeah, so it's a month from now that the NHL guys will be coming in. Yeah, looking forward to it. Have you been skating at all this week?
No, busy last week. Didn't do anything. I'll be on the ice tomorrow, and we'll be on with the older kids tomorrow. So looking forward to that. And I'll probably get on a couple times this week. But as you know, Mr. Bagg, my free ride is over, and I'm back at work now. So even though I'd like to consider myself a hockey coach or a guy that is available to do training more often, my schedule is going to get a little bit more cramped here coming up. So that's the way life goes. So
no more moves. I haven't seen any more moves. We've had a lot of tragedy in the hockey world in the last 2 days. But do you remember Roger Bear at all when you were around?
no, well, thanks for dating me back. I think he finished in 70.
No, I mean like as a kid. No, I mean like as a kid.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, do you remember like looking up to him as a hero or anything? I remember the name, and I remember him being a crazy player, but I couldn't remember that he played for the Rangers. Like that didn't stick out to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's a little thing on Roger Bear, who just passed away this weekend or last weekend at 80 years old. They call him the original, I think kind of like the original Ranger, but he was the first New York Ranger to have his jersey ever retired. I think he played there for something like 19 years. It was incredible. He played his whole career in New York. What a place to play your whole career for the Rangers. Amazing. So he was a huge ambassador for the Rangers, obviously on the ice because he was such a good player, but off the ice as well. So obviously, you think about the iconic players that have gone through the Rangers organization, he'd be right up near the top of the list. So big loss for the hockey world, big loss for the Rangers. Obviously, we lost Tony O a week or two back. And on a side note, with Tony Esposito, I actually work with his son, Mark, and just a wonderful family, great guys. And Mark's awesome to work with. So we have a lot of stories about his dad. And of course, you don't realize until these people are gone what an impact they made on your life and obviously their own family's life, but even a bigger impact on the hockey world, the game that we all love to watch. And now these guys started off original 6 teams, and now there's 32 teams in the league. So it's because of guys like that the game's been able to expand.
Exactly, guys that go down there and create the game for others to see and love as well. Speaking of games being created, I've been watching the IIHF World's Championship for women, and it's been great. Canada struggled coming out against Finland, but ended up taking them down, and then just cleaned house yesterday on Russia. I haven't watched any of the other games because that's how they do it in Canada. They don't show you what else is going on.
I think we're all looking at Canada, U.S. in the finals. I think most people would be shocked if it wasn't, which is always. I mean, if you think about some of the greatest rivalries between the two countries, is the women's soccer and the women's hockey, and of course the men's hockey's right there too. But I mean, it's always a lot of fun to watch the U.S. and Canadian women play, and I'm anticipating we'll see them in the final. It'd be kind of a little bit of a shock if they weren't there, but we'll see.
Very shocking. It would be very shocking. It would be actually kind of good for the international game if one of them got knocked out, because it would mean that it's growing someplace else. But at the same time, you do want to see both of the juggernauts get in there and just go against each other. But I have a question for you on that ice. Is that Olympic size ice? I couldn't tell. I wasn't paying attention enough to see if it was Olympic size ice. Do you know?
No, you know what? That's a good question. Most of the ice over in Europe is Olympic size, but you caught me because I couldn't tell. I'll have a closer look and I'll report back to you, Mr. Bagg.
Please do.
Yeah. Usually I pick that stuff up right away, but what do you got on there? You know, Vancouver Canucks.
I got a Vancouver Canucks hat, the black with I picked that up down there. Also, before we go, we'll do some shout outs, but also I wanted to mention that I wanted to mention it and then I forgot it completely. Forget it. You want to mention something else? I've just completely I got a little hammered on Saturday and I've been recovering ever since.
You're in New Westminster. For the people that don't know where New Westminster is, just east of Vancouver, and that's a town with a bunch of characters in it. It's a pretty lively place. And I remember when we used to play junior in there, when they had the New Westminster Bruins in the Western Hockey League, and that was one of the rowdiest places you could play. So pretty crazy place. It's grown a lot over the years, but I'm sure a good time can still be had without too much trouble, right?
Yeah, it was just funny. There was an English guy at one of the shows, and I said, "Where are you from? Just Westminster?" It's a fun time. It's great seeing. It was fun being able to go to Shoppers Drug Mart and hang out in some old stomping grounds. Because I when I first started out, there was a comedy club here, and they just reopened this comedy club's brand new. But I hadn't been to New West. I hadn't been past, I would say, Expo on the SkyTrain since 2005, or that was the last time I was out here. And it looks pretty much the same, except for it's cleaned up a lot. So good for them. Yeah. Good for them. Way to go, New West.
Did you get some Smarties or Aero bars or Crunchy? You know, Shoppers Drug Mart always has the big Smartie packs. So bring me back.
Do you want me to pick you up some?
When you come, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was looking. They have a red and white one. They just like it's all red and whites. So I'll pick you up one of those Canadian colors. Dana Bryson asked me to pick him up some wine gums, so I got him some wine gums. Remember those from the movie?
Yeah. Well, that's.
I'm gonna be honest. No. I picked him up 2 bags, but one bag didn't make it, so I have to go get him another bag.
Oh yeah. No, well, get me some Smarties, and then I'll get them from you next week. When you're back here, When are you back?
Yeah, I'll be back next week. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back. All right. When do you need when do you need your pass back? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I'll need it back to the start of September, so we're good there. But hey, I was going to mention we kind of been talking a little bit, but I wanted to bring a shout out from a couple weeks ago. They got together the members of the Humboldt Broncos. They had a little reunion with the players, and the people were involved in that. Just terrible tragedy that I guess it'd be 18 months, almost 2 years ago now, but they got all the players and some of the staff back together for a little reunion a couple weeks ago. So I just want to give a shout out to them, and we're thinking about them always. And a good friend, a guy I used to play with, lost his son in that, and Chris Joseph. So we're always thinking about those guys. And I just I forgot to bring it up last week, but I want to bring it up this week. That they're still in our thoughts and prayers in the recovery of not only them, but the community. We think about them all the time. So that's my shout out this week.
That's a great shout out. Can I tell a Chris Joseph story?
Yes, you can.
Actually, this involves you, and this involves the guys that came out to the show. Bobby Basante and his brother Victor were out there, and Bobby used to help you at your hockey school. Bobby said he was helping out with the hockey school, and they're in the dressing room 1, and they were getting ready, and this guy started putting on Edmonton Oilers stuff, and he's like, "Where'd you get that Edmonton Oilers stuff?" And the guy goes, "From the team." And he goes, "Why would the team give you that stuff?" And he goes, "Well, I play for them." And then the guy beside him goes, "Hey, that's Chris Joseph." He goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't recognize you."
Oh, that's awesome.
He was all excited. I love it. So anyways, big shout out to my big shout out is everybody that came out and see me this weekend. Anybody that forgot. Oh, Paulina Busquets came out to a show this weekend.
Wow.
So that was
correct.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, so it sounds like you had old home week up there. I'm kind of originally we were supposed to go up there together, and then life got in the way for me, so I actually had to go back to work. But the plan was originally to go up together, but now you get to see everybody, and that's really cool.
Today.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head out to the airport now and go up to Terrace and see even more people. But it was a lot of fun, and that would be good if you could do a trip up with us next time. So we'll figure it out.
Hey, well, and tell everybody too that we're getting jet service back from Vancouver to Terrace again, which the people up there would be jumping up and down about. So you're going up this afternoon on Air Canada Airbus 320, beautiful aircraft, and for years
1:10 p.m.
Oh, you're not going? Okay, you're going up later. I didn't realize what time you were going, but I was going to say. For years, we've had turboprop and prop service. Used to have jets years and years ago. CPR used to bring in, Pacific Western used to bring in 737s, 727s. Air Canada's back today, or they just started bringing jet service back into the community. So that's a great sign.
It's big. It's huge.
That is huge. And did you tell everyone you upgraded your seat because you're snobby like that?
I'm going to the first class, so when I go into first class, throw up the finger.
Yeah, be passing judgment on everyone walking by you.
That's right. I want to get on the plane early so I can make sure people see me sitting in first class
with your Vancouver Canucks hat on. They're like, "Oh, Ian Bagg." Oh,
he's still buying hats. He's still buying hats. Still can't play, but he's just buying hats. Well, we had. We got about 15 minutes in, so that's a little bit more than we expected. So it's going to be an interesting one when it comes out tonight. But I hope everybody enjoyed it. I know we have some new listeners. So hello to all the shut-ins at home listening to CKNW Hockey. So I'll see you soon, Jeff. Love to all.
Love to all.